Okay, Deliang is English. I would say this is generally a good matchup for Delhi. You're pretty much forcing the English player to fight you in feudal age, but the Delhi army should be stronger, right? So just gotta be careful about his early aggression not dealing too much damage with lombos, that is. So what usually happens is that as Delhi you age up by the 4-10 minute mark with my build order or something like that, and the English player just ages up slightly faster than you and most likely tries to pressure you with lombos. So it's really important to scout whether he's going for pure lombo aggression or lombo spearman, so you can decide whether to play pure archer or pure horseman or horseman archer. Our ship is not something you care too much about this matchup, and even less in deep. And I think you're going to be in berries for the most part. The English army is usually really slow if he plays lombo spearman, so you have a lot of space to go for berries without having to worry too much about getting raided and so on and so forth. Right. But still, it's nice to scout, your entire layout around your base to know where the berry packs are. Finding some sheep is always good, just even if it's just to deny them from your opponent. Hyper Ugly, thanks so much for the prime, really appreciate it. So yeah, so far just scouting around. You shouldn't be doing anything else at this point in the game. Just make sure your economy is properly balanced to get a good age up, right? Like 8 on berries, 2 on gold, and then the rest on ship is good enough. Just not gonna explain too much the build order itself since you can see it, right? So I think there's more value in me talking about the thought process in the matchup and so on and so forth. So 2:35 is usually the time where I start aging up. And now let's see what he's up to. Let's see if it's just... I want to know, in particular what I want to know is his feudal age timing, roughly. Just to know how aggressive he's going to be. Maybe he's playing really passive, then maybe I can think about opening blacksmith. If he's going pure lombo, maybe stable. If he's going for a rax, maybe an archery range. Right, so now that I've already scouted the 3 secret sites and the base layout surrounding my base in terms of resource location, now I can go on his base right before the 3:30 minute mark. He should be aging up around the 4 minute mark, right? The English player in this matchup. So it's 3 villagers, so maybe slightly slower than I initially thought. And most likely with Rax as well, right? Let's get a bit more gold. Up to 5, so I need 1 less stick later on for the scholar production. Also, doesn't feel like he got that many sheep, right? I think I've gotten at least, yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to see. So I think I'm gonna go into an archery range here. This woodland, this is a huge mistake. I should have placed this here. It will be really easy for him to put pressure with his longbowman. If this was here, it makes a huge difference because the TC covers this area, right? But let's see. I start to get a quick archer production going on so I can defend this without needing to move villagers around. It's not too easy against the English player, but he has spent the wood into his racks and so on, so maybe it's fine. He wants to go for a really quick tower as well, looks like. Let's try to get as many archers as possible, really fast. I'm a bit too heavy on the wood here. Yeah, I didn't balance my economy as good as I should here. But I think I will be fine. I think I can get five archers and fight this, right? Even with the healer, I think I will go. Make sure you don't lose a single one. Really bad. I'm not sure how good I'm doing here, to be completely honest. Notice how he only built one spearman and then waited. So if I don't make more horsemen, he stays in one. I've held this, I would say, quite well overall. The only issue is that I've delayed my blacksmith due to the amount of archers, but it's fine. You really don't want to let that tower up. So let's go a bit heavier on wood now, because I really want to get two extra blacksmiths. And if I could snipe that build, that would be... men at arms, okay. Men at arms. Yes. Notice that the villager moved around, so this tells me that he still wants to go for that tower. So let's look for it. And let's go double blacksmith. Yeah, I think my engage there was good enough that I can go double blacksmith without being too scared about. Maybe he wants to make the tower here or here, somewhere. And let's go for a stable as well, since he's going into men at arms. Okay, so this is finishing now. I'm just gonna move out with one. But probably not yet, because I haven't produced units in a while, so I don't expect to win a fight now in the middle of the map. So let's maybe split one. You really want to keep track of your opponent's army. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Played a bit too greedy here, I'm gonna get punished, I believe. Maybe not. I mean, I got punished in the sense that I had some idle time, but it's not the end of the world. I think I can probably capture that on time before his units get there. This was a pure building placement for me. He will be hitting my units as they are trained, right? So not what you wanna be doing. Although maybe I can go for a cleanup here. He doesn't have a spearman. I have 3 horses, right? So maybe it's the time to force something there. Even though he already has a tower by the looks of it that I missed. Even an upgrade tower, that is. Okay. I shouldn't have allowed that one up. Okay, so I managed to capture that one in time. That's really good, even though he gets the immediate recapture. That's still some gold that I'm getting. Now, this tower here is annoying, but it's not the end of the world, right? I have plenty of resources in this side of the map, so I don't need to immediately deal with it. If I can save that one, that's of course really important. You don't want to lose scholars earlier in the game. So only do this kind of play when you really believe it's going to be safe. So I didn't get that much gold out of that one, but still something. Plus, he had to send some units there, and as a consequence of that, he got a poor engagement over here. So, all things considered, not too bad, but this was a mistake. This should be +1 range. I'm not too sure why I went for +1 damage here. So how... I don't think I can break... I mean, maybe I can break that with +1 range for sure, but As played, probably I cannot break there, so maybe let's try to get the top secret side. Although he will expect this kind of move now that I've done it once already. Let's check his army. Yeah, it doesn't look too scary. Let's just shift. That's an improved tower. Okay, so that means he's been gathering quite some stone. So a second TC from my opponent is most likely in play here. Like I don't know if he already has it, but I think that's what he's working towards too. I need to be a bit careful with how I go about this. I cannot really move with my entire army to the corner of the map because he will try to pressure my villagers. So let's get textiles here. But maybe I can force an engagement now. Even in the tower, I believe. I think he's getting his second TC and he barely has any units. So I think this is the time to go for this. Pin the entire army. He doesn't have a blacksmith upgrade, so even some kind of fast castle isn't completely out of the question here. I cannot really kill that tower until I get the siege engineering. I'm gonna leave one horse here just so I can defend it, and I'm gonna capture this one from the north. And let's see what he's up to. I wanna check his stone count, his gold count. I just don't think he has the army to deal with me. This looks like second TC, yeah, plus the tower upgrade, right? And let's check the gold count as well. Not too much, I guess. I think I'm gonna try to work my wares towards Castle Age here as I capture this one. And deal with the towers with a ram. He's on 2TC, but for whatever reason I still think he wants to go into Castle Age or 30C soonish. Let's leave the ram there and let's put some pressure here. This is one of those instances where maybe I should be gathering a bit of gold also with villagers so I can age up a bit quicker, right? Because now I'm 2000 food and I still don't have the gold to age up. But then again, as Delhi you want to make units, so I can just produce more units and that's it. Let's move here. So there's the TC. Maybe try to kill some bills, some idle time maybe. So let's age up and let's go into knights. And let's get some scholars going just to capture relics. So I will just send you here, there, there. Even if he's on 2TC, it wasn't the fastest second TC, so I'm not in that much of a hurry here. Plus I have 2 sacred sides, so my economy is fine. Gotta make sure you leave at least 1 unit in the sacred side patrolling just so you keep track of. Just so he doesn't steal it with the skull, right? That would be really annoying. Okay, so let's go back. I really don't need to fight this when I just age up. Then again, I have this strong feeling he wants to age up past this game, so I shouldn't wait too much to attack. Just put some pressure force units so you delay his aging up even more, right? Like, he didn't want to build those 12 men at arms in Feudal Age, but he had to because I was putting pressure on his gold and so on. Okay, so he has some blacksmith upgrades now, so I guess his age up won't be as quick. Yeah, let's get the relics. And this one too. It's 3 relics. Ideally I get this third second sight as well. And now yeah, I gotta start pressuring a bit. Like if he gets to Castle H with these many Minotaurs, it can be a bit scary for me. Although the fact that he's trying to fight like this makes me believe he's not aging up. Could be wrong on that one, but usually when you're aging up, you really don't want to fight with your feudal age units, right? My archers are not dealing too much damage here, so let's back a bit. Let's wait for a few more knights and crossbows. But my feudal age units are, as daily, are really not getting upgraded. So if I can trade them in feudal age, it's fine. I would say it's something we should try to do. Notice how he's targeting my crossbows with his longbows. So let's micro a bit. Let's focus the longbows with my archers and let's not lose the crossbowmen like that. Now I think I can go for it. Yeah, watch out with this. This happens sometimes. Now I think I'm going for the dive here again. I have some knights to tank, there's plenty of villagers I can kill, I believe, so let's go for it. He may even be already building the landmark. That's a huge farm setup. Like, you don't want the game to go on for too long as Delhi. The builds must be somewhere around. That's what I thought. Are those all the villagers though? I'm not even sure. Looks like he was gathering some gold there as well. So probably even more builds on the run. Yeah, he built the landmark somewhere. I wonder whether it's another TC or it's the White Tower. I think it should be the White Tower, right? But we'll see. It's probably in the north. Yeah, it's the White Tower. Too bad I didn't spot that one being built. It would have been a good thing to deny. So let's get relics and let's also get some keeps going, I would guess. Make sure I don't lose too many things here. I can still deny these farms, I believe. That's a bit too much wood, right? So let's go for a forward keep and then get some siege workshops going. So I think the keep, this should be a good location for the keep. Where's my other wood line? It's here, right? Let's go into that. You drop here, you drop here. And I guess I could also get the last relic, right? Notice how I'm denying his entire farm setup, right? He's probably had to build another one closer to the White Tower. So that's already annoying for him. I don't want to fight under the White Tower, but other than that, let's be as annoying as possible. Maybe going to archers. Let's get the archer upgrade, even though it's slow. And even send some scholars here, right? Just to garrison in the... I guess we can put these inside the mosques, just so they buff a bit. Maybe one can even be in this table just above the upgrade. And now I guess we could just go for some trips. If we can snipe some builds, then for sure let's do it. I probably should have walled that one. That's a mistake there. Let's get these berries. You really don't want to spend wood in farms at this point of the game, right? Maybe I should even gather some gold, even though I have 5 relics and... So he's going into horsemen. I wonder if I really need to go into... this can be really annoying at this point of the game, the raids. So maybe I will just get a keep here. I really need to be a bit more careful now with my setup. Feels like I'm a bit too spread out against the raiding. I think I can dive there. It's a white tower, but he doesn't have units. Pretty much. So let's just go for it. I think there's a lot of damage I can get done here. So the damage has been dealt more or less. Now soon he will have to start repairing the white tower, which is something that he really doesn't want to do. I can produce villagers from my keeps now since I got the upgrade, so let's start it with that. So I'm run out of stone here. Let's secure the sacred sites as well with keeps. I've lost 2 of them, which is really careless by me. There was no need to lose those. It's my main source of gold, right? So may as well keep them alive. Let's dive here. As soon as he stops repairing, he will lose the... I think his idea was interesting in the early game. Really important to deny the first tower. Like if that very first tower goes up, then the game becomes really hard for you because that location also was blocking this sacred site and potentially this one. And then it's really easy for him to get a longbow mass going, just moving around with the buff and sniping units here and there. So the adaptation of going archery range really fast and putting a scholar inside, I feel like was a huge moment in this game. And then sneaking the sacred site first, then this later was also really good for me. And also understanding where you can deal damage. Like even if there's a white tower here, my archers can be here, then I am the foot, right? So there's not really need to overreact to this. Like he has a white tower. Let's go back to this corner of my base. No, you still have to find for damage. And then yeah, the forward keep and siege works wonders against English in this situation when he's trying to. First, he built his farm setup once, and then I forced him to build it again, right? So there's no way he can contest my siege. Plus, I have so much gold from relics, from sacred sites. So yeah.